Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar Hub channel, or a reliable destination for timely, accurate, and insightful updates on the fast-changing Iraqi dinar landscape. As we move closer to 2025, global attention is sharply focused on what many see as a brewing financial shift that could redefine wealth strategy for millions. Today's comprehensive segment zeroes in on one of the most frequently asked questions among IQD holders: how a major US banking giant like Chase Bank might handle Iraqi dinar exchanges if the long-anticipated revaluation becomes reality in 2025. This isn't baseless hype. This is measured, strategic preparation for a potential financial inflection point. Whether you've been following the IQD space for over a decade or are just now becoming aware of this unique financial opportunity, staying updated and proactive today could make all the difference in the near future. The goal is not just to react, but to be ready. So grab a notepad, lock in your attention, and let's get into a detailed, realistic breakdown of what to expect, from projected bank procedures to practical strategies that could put you ahead in what may be the most consequential wealth-building event of the coming decade. Let's begin by spotlighting Chase Bank, one of the largest and most powerful banking entities in the United States and internationally. If a revaluation of the Iraqi dinar occurs, Chase is likely to play a central role in facilitating the exchange process. With its robust branch network, top-tier digital infrastructure, and vast experience with complex transactions, Chase is well equipped for this kind of financial event. While no official announcement has been made yet about how they would handle IQD exchanges, we can use past trends and standard banking protocols to build a solid, educated projection. It is likely that Chase would implement a structured, tier-based process, starting with high-value clients. Private banking customers, wealth management clients, and those with long-standing transaction histories may receive priority access. Regular account holders would still have the opportunity to exchange their IQD, but they may encounter more procedural steps, lower exchange limits, or longer processing times depending on the volume and the relationship history. Preparing for this possible structure now can help reduce surprises and frustration later on. A major point of concern for many dinar holders is the possibility of daily exchange caps during the post-RV period. While these may seem restrictive, they are standard in large-scale financial conversions and serve critical operational functions. Banks must protect their core systems from overload, especially when millions of transactions may be processed within a short window. Historical patterns suggest that standard customers might face caps of $5,000 to $10,000 in daily exchange value, while private clients could see limits as high as $25,000 or more in special cases. Chase could even grant unique privileges to clients with extensive financial power, relationships allowing higher flexibility in exchange volume. It's important to note that these projections are speculative for now, but based on very real precedents. Understanding and preparing for temporary limitations isn't pessimistic, it's practical. These measures ensure that everyone gets a fair chance to participate without jeopardizing the integrity of the financial system as a whole. So why do banks put such caps in place during major currency events? There are two foundational reasons: system stability and fraud prevention. First, technical systems, no matter how advanced, have thresholds. A sudden surge of large-scale IQD exchanges could overwhelm processing networks. By spacing out transactions through daily caps, banks can keep things running smoothly and securely for all clients. Second, controlling transaction volume helps identify suspicious activities, such as money laundering, by forcing transactions into smaller, traceable units. This isn't just about policy, it's about protecting the legitimate investor. By monitoring for anomalies and keeping flow structured, banks help safeguard the process for everyone involved. Though these limits might feel inconvenient at first glance, they actually support investor success and system confidence over the long term. This is about building a secure, functional framework for what could be an enormous financial transition. Equally important to the exchange process is your documentation. If a dinar RV does occur, Chase, like all major banks, will be required to verify all currency holdings and transactions in accordance with compliance laws. You'll need to present proof of purchase for your IQD, typically in the form of receipts from licensed dealers, certificates of authenticity, or email confirmations. Additionally, a government-issued photo ID and your social security number will be required for legal and tax documentation. If you hold a significant amount of IQD, be prepared to offer further evidence such as notary-signed statements, acquisition logs, or bank transfer records. The goal is to verify the legitimacy of your holdings. Organizing this paperwork now in both physical and encrypted digital formats could save you time and stress later. The smoother your documentation process, the faster and easier your exchange experience will be. Preparation here can be the difference between seamless access or frustrating delays. Let's also address another top concern: getting access to physical cash after an exchange. Even if you successfully convert IQD to USD, don't expect Chase or any other major bank to let you walk out with a large sum of bills. Modern banking restricts large cash withdrawals to protect liquidity and operational balance. If you exchanged $100, 000 worth of IQD, for instance, your physical withdrawal limit might still be just $1, 000 to $2, 000 per day. This is a protective, not punitive measure. That doesn't mean your funds are unavailable. You can still use your money through various secure channels, such as direct deposit to your checking or savings account, domestic wire transfers, or cashier's checks. These systems are built for security and stability. Understanding this in advance helps you prepare better, manage expectations, and avoid unnecessary confusion or frustration during your post-exchange financial planning. Assuming an RV does occur, Chase will almost certainly follow a phased rollout process for IQD exchanges. This structured approach helps maintain orderly operations and prevents chaos. Expect early access to be offered to private clients, high net worth individuals, and long-term customers with strong financial profiles. Standard account holders will probably be onboarded gradually through appointment systems or digital scheduling platforms. Chase may use internal alerts, email notifications, and personalized outreach through relationship managers to notify clients of their exchange windows. That's why it's wise to initiate contact with your local Chase branch now. Set up an appointment, introduce yourself, and express your interest in future exchange activities. Being on their radar could position you for priority treatment when that time comes. Don't wait for announcements, get proactive and build the relationships today. Within the Dinar investment community, one voice has consistently stood out: Frank26. Known for his balanced and informed commentary, Frank26 has repeatedly stressed that discipline and preparedness are more valuable than speculation. His consistent reminder is that exchange and withdrawal limits are not just possible, they are likely. Yet, he also emphasizes these limits are not permanent. They are transitional tools meant to maintain balance. Frank advises investors to focus on readiness. Have your documentation in order, know your steps, and don't fall victim to emotional or rumor-driven decisions. Long-term success depends not on how much IQD you hold, but how effectively you manage your exchange and what you do afterward. Frank's approach is a reminder that calm, well-informed action beats reactive choices every time. Let's not forget the entire case for an IQD revaluation is rooted in economic reality. This isn't just wishful thinking. Iraq's central government has made major progress in stabilizing its economy, increasing its foreign currency reserves, and building a more transparent financial infrastructure. These factors are not just positive signs. They are essential requirements for any successful currency adjustment on the global stage. Iraq's expanded reserves give it the ability to support its currency post-revaluation, while anti-corruption measures and better banking oversight help rebuild international trust. The country is also deepening its financial relationships with global institutions, another sign that Iraq is preparing to re-enter the international economic system in a more powerful way. These are foundational moves, not just signals of hope, but concrete indicators of progress. Sitting back and hoping something happens is not a strategy. Smart investors are already setting up their infrastructure accounts, documentation, and bank relationships before the window opens. Begin now by opening accounts with institutions like Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo. These banks will likely be your primary channels. When an exchange becomes available. Next, build a system for storing your paperwork, both hard copies and encrypted digital versions. You should also stay informed through verified sources, not sensational headlines or social media cold speculation. Cultivate relationships with your local bankers. Be open, transparent, and schedule introduction meetings if possible. Lastly, plan for limitations. Make use of online tools, digital transfers, and structured fund management to navigate restrictions efficiently and confidently. This is how you get ahead. If the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar happens in 2025, and a growing body of evidence points in that direction, it could become one of the most economically impactful events of this generation. Major banks like Chase will be pivotal in managing that transformation. And while no formal policies have been made public, we can use history, logic, and preparation to build a smart response. At the end of the day, the best defense is always strong preparation. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Iraqi Dinar Hub channel, your trusted source for reliable, research-backed guidance. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss future insights, 2025 outlooks, and detailed exchange planning guides designed just for IQD investors. Stay focused, stay patient, and remember, success always rewards those who are prepared. Disclaimer: the content provided on Iraqi Dinar Hub is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial, investment, or legal advice. We do not guarantee any specific outcomes regarding currency revaluation or foreign exchange procedures. All opinions expressed are speculative and based on publicly available information, industry trends, and personal interpretation. Viewers are strongly encouraged to conduct their own due diligence and consult with a licensed financial advisor or banking professional before making any investment or exchange decisions involving the Iraqi dinar or any other currency. Iraqi Dinar Hub is not affiliated with any government agency, bank, or financial institution. Use of this information is at your own risk.